My Time, the ninth track of BTS's fourth studio album, Map of the Soul 7, is Jungkook's solo song.
아마 그 하우스팀이랑 그 회사분들이랑 다 인터뷰를 했을 거예요. 각자 개개인이 스스로 솔로곡을 어떻게 하고 싶은지, 어떤 주제를 하고 싶은지, 지금 정서나 기분은 어떤지, 이런 컨셉은 어떻게 생각하는지, 뭐 그런 것들을 아마 몇 번 인터뷰를 거쳐서 테마들이 정해지고, 뭐 트랙들이 정해지고 아마 했을 거예요. 저는 항상 지금 우리가 느끼는 정서에 가장 가까운, 지금 우리가 느끼는 현 상태에 가장 가까운 것들을 해야 그게 진심이 묻어나오고 좋은 노래가 되고 좋은 감정이 되니까, 뭐 시차나 그 본인 정서에 이제 어딘가에서 끄집어낸 그런 곡들이라는 걸 꼭 생각을 해주시면 좋을 것 같고, 정말 정국이가 막 모자 쓰고 막 몸도 좋잖아요. 막 되게 방어하고 막 뛰어가고 이런 정국이의 모습을 상상하면서 정말 빙의해서 쓰려고 많이 노력을 했고, 정국이도 본인 쪼대로 이것들을 잘 다듬어주면서 좀 잘 나온 것 같아요. 네.
24 누구보다 더 빨리 어른이 된 것만 같아.
At age 22, I feel like I've grown up faster than anyone else. Jungkook says he feels as if he made it to adulthood too fast, faster than anyone else. At age 14, he moved from his hometown Busan to Seoul, after signing a traineeship agreement with Big Hit, and started living far away from his family.
왜냐면 제가 15살에 연습생이 됐고 학교 생활도 안 하고 그냥 사회생활을 계속 꾸준히 한 거잖아요.
As a teenager, Jungkook entered the real world and poured his time and energy into training. He didn't get to hang out with or make friends inside and outside of school. And since the moment he debuted at 15, he has been treated like an adult in the media and required to behave like an adult in the industry. Since BTS's rise to international stardom, moreover, they have been bombarded both with praise and criticism from the media and industry insiders, and especially with malicious hates from anonymous trolls. On top of that, Jungkook had to understand that his fame wouldn't last, hence had to help himself overcome his fear and anxiety. And you know what? This all happened when he was underage. By the way, in South Korea's unique aging system, a baby becomes one on the day of its birth, and everyone collectively and automatically turns a year older on New Year's Day. So when a baby is born on December 31st, for example, it will turn 2 years old the next day. That's why Jungkook says in the song that he is 24, when he is just 22 internationally. My life has been a movie all the time.
내 인생은 항상 영화였어.
Jungkook says, since his debut at age 15, his life has always been a movie for everyone to watch, because it's almost impossible to keep his life away from the public eye.
해 뜨는 곳으로 달렸어. Every single night.
Every single night, I ran towards where the sun rises.
누구의 내일에 가봤던 것도 같아.
I feel like I've been to someone's tomorrow. Night symbolizes death, despair, and hard times, while the sun is a symbol of happiness, hope, success, and security. So running towards the sun can be interpreted as Jungkook, practicing, training, and working hard for success, happiness, and security. With his future unclear, he had to go through the hard work and weather the ups and downs. Here, the night may represent his seemingly unending days of hard work and feelings of insecurity, a seemingly endless road to achieving his dreams that were visible, but not immediately tangible. In doing so, Jungkook finally reached the sun, the place he always wanted to be, and the place someone else also hopes to be too, as tomorrow represents hopes and dreams.
온 세상이 너무 컸던 그 소년.
The boy, to whom the world seemed too big. Keep on running their day.
하루 종일 계속 달려. 마이크 잡아들어.
Grab the mic. This part references Jungkook's 2016 solo song Begin.
아무것도 없던 15의 나.
I was a 15-year-old who had nothing.
세상은 참 컸어. 너무 작은 나.
The world was too big, and I was too small. At age 14, Jungkook moved from his hometown to Seoul. No wonder he felt so small in the big city, surrounded by unfamiliar people. And he was, and still is, a naturally shy boy. However, this little shy boy kept on running all day to grab his mic and sing. Friends riding subway, I'll be in the airplane mode.
지하철 타는 친구들, 내 폰은 비행기 모드일 거야. 전 세계를 낳곤.
I rock on all around the world. I made my own lotto.
내 로또는 내가 만들었지.
When his peers perform their normal daily activities, like going to work by subway, Jungkook flies around the world to perform. He says he's self-made.
But 너무 빠른 건지 놓쳐버린 흔적이.
But I might have reached success too fast. There are traces of things I've missed out on. Don't know what to do with.
이 흔적을 어떻게 해야 할지 모르겠어.
Am I living this right?
나 잘 살고 있는 걸까?
Jungkook kept running to succeed without once looking around. He just kept looking where he wanted to go. And as success came too quickly, a wave of regrets over things he had missed out on during the race swept over him.
이 놓쳐버린 흔적이라는 부분인데, 이게 사실 저는 되게 많이 놀랐어요. 이 노래가 처음 가이드를 받았을 때 되게 당황했거든요. 왜냐면 가이드가 제가 지금 없는데 가이드를 들으면 이래요. 처음에 띵 나오고 그 다음에 갑자기 보컬이 영어잖아요. 가사가 약간 개가사였던 것 같은데 뭐 드럼이랑 뭐 나오지도 않았는데 갑자기 엇박자로 그냥 띵 사나바나바나 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 이래버려요. 그러니까 와 뭐 어떡하라는 거지 싶은 거예요 진짜 여기를. 굉장히 어려웠어요. 이 무슨 말을 갑자기 여기다 어떻게 써야 되지? 진짜 좀 난도가 굉장히 어려웠죠. 그래서 이 노래는 사실은 전국이니까 전국이의 역량이니까 소화를 한 거지 사실은 보통 쉽게 소화할 수 있는 곡은 아닌 것 같아요. 그냥 처음부터 진짜 가이드 들었을 때 그 처음에 당황했던 게 아직 눈에 선해요. 박이나 이런 부르는 억양이 너무 어려워서. 근데 이제 뭐 정국이니까 당연히 걱정 안 했고 뭐 너무 잘 해주지 않았나. 근데 저는 어쨌든 정국이가 바꿔주는 가사 중에 너무 빠른 건지 다음에 사실 그 부분이 좀 어려웠어요. 근데 운율이 맞아야 운이 맞아야 듣기가 좋으니까 박이라는 게 이제 R&B는 박이라는 게 엄연히 있고 그러니까 꼭 라인을 맞추고 싶었는데 저게 아마 그전 가사는 생각이 안 날 정도로 뭔가 좀 그냥 무난한 말들을 배치했었던 것 같은데 본인이 아마 마음에 안 들었겠죠? 마음에 안 들었거나 혹은 아쉬웠거나 해서 놓쳐버린 흔적이로 이제 정국이가 아마 바꿨을 거예요. 그냥 알아서 잘 바꿨는데 이제 나중에 그걸 듣고 되게 놀랐던 기억이 납니다. 이렇게 잘 바꿔주다니 나보다 훨씬 낫군. 제가 가장 좋아하는 가사는 저는 놓쳐버린 흔적인 것 같아요. 네.
왜 나만 다른 시공간 속인 걸까?
Why am I alone in a different time and space? Now Jungkook feels a sudden crush of isolation. I can't call ya.
난 내게 전화할 수 없어.
I can't hold ya. I can't.
널 안을 수도 없어. 할 수 없어.
And yes, you know. Yes, you know.
그리고 너도 알잖아. 그래, 너도 알잖아.
I can't call ya.
난 내게 전화할 수 없어.
I can't touch ya.
널 만질 수도 없어.
Let me know.
내게 알려줘.
Here, you may refer to Jungkook's peers. But I think it is the younger self, and I is the celebrity self, and there's a chasm between the two.
저는 항상 제가 정신연령이 15살에 멈춰있다고 생각을 해요. 왜냐면 제가 15살에 연습생이 됐고 학교 생활도 안 하고 그냥 사회생활을 계속 꾸준히 한 거잖아요.
Jungkook says he's mentally stuck at the age of 14. However, he has been treated and required to behave like an adult since the moment he entered the real world at 15. Moreover, when his real self was a minor and should be fully protected, his celebrity self was subjected to criticism and even to online harassment. And as time went by, the gap between his celebrity self and his real self mentally stuck at age 14 widened, as if they each live in a different time zone. Just like the Korean title of the song, Shicha, time difference implies. Can I someday finna find my time?
언젠가 내 시간을 찾을 수 있을까?
Finna find my time.
내 시간을 찾을 거야.
Someday finna find my time.
언젠가 내 시간을 찾을 거야.
Jungkook wonders if he's going to find his own time, in which he can reconcile his past with his present. I think I was in yesterday,
내가 과거에 있는 줄 알았어.
cause everybody walked too fast.
다들 너무 빨리 걸으니까.
While thinking about his younger self, Jungkook mentally travels backward in time, and there he feels as if he's falling behind in the race of life, as everyone except him walks really fast. Back then, with his future unclear, he had to put in work to become an idol, as he wasn't sure if his hard work and perseverance would eventually pay off. It's no wonder he felt stuck in life.
나도 모르게 커버린 어린 나.
The little me, who grew up so fast without me realizing it,
길을 잃어버린 어린아이처럼.
like a child who lost his way. This got me just tripping.
이게 나를 그냥 넘어지게 해. 서성대는 이 느낌.
This feeling of pacing around. Don't know what to do with. Am I living this right?
뭘 어떻게 해야 할지 모르겠어. 이렇게 사는 게 맞나? 왜 나만 다른 시공간 속인 걸까?
Why am I the only one living in a different time and space? Little Jungkook's uncertainty about the future made him work even harder and give it his all, and he eventually came out on winning end. In the meantime, he lost his early teenage years, in which ordinary kids learn how to relate to others and find who they are. So at 22, he feels like he doesn't fit in the ordinary world, or even doesn't belong anywhere.
때론 나의 숨 막힐 때면
Sometimes when I feel suffocated,
모자를 눌러쓰고 계속 달려.
I pull down my hat and keep running. Jungkook gets frustrated and feels suffocated. And as baseball caps or hats are a celebrity staple to stay incognito in public, he also wears one when he goes for a run outside for a change. Actually, Jungkook visited Hongdae all by himself, even without wearing a hat or mask when he was a third-year idol. Hongdae is one of the hippest places in Seoul, South Korea.
친구 만나서 술 마시러 갔다가 정국 씨를 봤어요. 홍대 길거리 공연을 보고 계시던데. 영화의 한 장면 같았어요. 정국 씨한테 너무 좋은 향이 났어요. 네, 홍대를 어떻게 좀 자주 왔다 갔다 하나 봐요?
처음 가봤어요, 혼자서.
혼자서?
네.
근데 거기서 거리 공연을 왜 보고 있었어요?
아니, 그게 이제 막 생각 정리하러 갔는데, 저희 공연을 하고 있더라고요, 저희
거리
곡으로.
공연을?
근데 좀 3번 한 것 같아요.
커버 댄스를 하시는데
네.
저희 노래를 하고 계시거든요.
본인의 노래를.
그거 이제 나타나지 그랬어.
혼자 본 거예요, 정국이가. 와, 그때 기분이 어땠어요?
되게 신기했어요. 되게 뭔가 뿌듯하고.
서프라이즈로 싹 나가보지 그랬어요.
아, 그럴까 생각했었는데. 참았습니다, 제가.
상당히 뿌듯했겠다, 그죠?
네, 되게 뿌듯했어요.
Jungkook even took pictures with fans he encountered there, and tweeted about his Hongdae experience when he got back home.
홍대에 다녀왔는데 사람들이 엄청 많더라고요. 멋있는 분들이 많았습니다. 저 더 열심히 해야겠어요. 여러분 잘 자고 내일 화이팅 합시다. 하트는 선물입니다. 보고 싶네요, 아미.
Since his rise to international stardom, however, he has gone through the downside of fame. I don't gotta know where I go,
내가 어디로 가는지 알 필요가 없어.
even if it's opposite of sun.
그게 태양과 반대 방향일지라도.
At least for now, Jungkook doesn't care about where he's running to. He doesn't care if he's running away from the sun. That is, the spotlight his celebrity self has always been in. At least while he's running to refresh his mind, he wants to stay under the radar. One time for the present.
한 번은 현재를 향해 달리고
Two time for the past.
두 번째는 과거를 향해 달려.
Happy that we met each other.
그렇게 우리가 만나서 난 행복해.
Now till the very end.
이제 마지막까지 함께 하자.
After his run away from the sun, or his run toward his past, Jungkook eventually faces with his younger self. He says he's happy that he met little Jungkook, and hopes they are together forever. So this part is a metaphor for a reconciliation between his younger self and his celebrity self. I will call ya.
난 내게 전화할 거야.
I will hold ya. I will.
널 안아줄 거야. 그럴 거야.
And yes, you know. Yes, you know.
그리고 너도 알잖아. 그래, 너도 알잖아.
I will call you up.
너에게 전화할 거야.
I will touch you up. I will.
널 만질 거야. 그럴 거야.
Now Jungkook found his own time, in which he can freely communicate and interact with his younger self whenever he wants. He's happy that they are no longer in two different time zones. And I'm happy for them too.